To residents of Hinsdale and the surrounding communities, Adventist Hinsdale Hospital has provided peace of mind that the best health care available has been right around the corner for over a century. But what is Adventist Hinsdale Hospital? Who is Adventist Hinsdale Hospital?
I am Hinsdale Hospital.
I'm Hinsdale Hospital.
I am Hinsdale Hospital.
I am Hinsdale Hospital.
We are Hinsdale Hospital.
I'm Hinsdale Hospital. The Fullers are Hinsdale Hospital. The community is Hinsdale Hospital.
Adventist Hinsdale Hospital has a rich history of serving West suburban families that dates back to 1904, when it was opened by Doctors David and Mary Paulson as the Hinsdale Sanitarium. As a not-for-profit center of care, the sanitarium embodied the Paulsons' selfless dedication to helping their fellow man. Within 3 weeks of opening, all 17 rooms were full, providing the best care available to patients and their families. Today, the hospital is still not-for-profit, but it has transformed from its humble beginnings into a pioneering healthcare leader, utilizing the newest and cutting-edge technology and employing the best doctors available to provide world-class healthcare in your own backyard.
Well, it's an excellent hospital. I think it's a gem that people don't realize, and it's underutilized by the community. It's close by, and it's convenient, and you're not compromising care because it's only 2 blocks from your home.
It's a comfort level, definitely. Having a great hospital close by. Knowing that I have great doctors here to rely on, it's a very satisfying feeling for me.
It's such an attraction, I think, to the whole area to have this kind of a hospital to service us.
Hinsdale Hospital is a hometown hospital, but it's also a cutting-edge hospital. There are some of the most amazing procedures that go on here, some fabulous doctors.
There are new things that we're doing here that many places don't offer, even in Chicago.
What's so awesome about Hinsdale Hospital is that you can have that excellence of care minutes away in those diseases such as heart disease, in which minutes really count.
This hospital represents one of the things that really brings a lot of value to our community. It's a critical factor in making this community what it is in terms of property values and in terms of attracting people here that keeps those property values at a high level.
But it takes more than the best doctors, nurses, and staff to help patients and their families feel comfortable during their hospital stay. That's why every employee at Adventist Hinsdale Hospital, from the volunteers to the president, make it a point to care for patients with a level of kindness and compassion rarely seen in hospitals today.
It's our privilege to serve every patient in a uniquely personal way. And I want everyone who comes through our doors to feel the grace and compassion that has made this such a wonderful institution for well over 100 years. As an example of that, every patient receives a letter from me with a phone number where they can reach me anytime. We want to make sure that every patient here feels safe and knows that we're doing everything we can to provide them with an excellent patient experience.
You're not a number. They treat you like you are the only one that's going through it because that's how you feel.
There is nothing in the world like being taken care of from somebody who's competent, but more importantly, knows you as a person.
I had the greatest nurses in pediatrics. It made me feel really comfortable being there. And then when I left, I didn't really want to go because the nurses were so nice.
Hinsdale Hospital is dedicated to continue providing the best health care for generations to come. However, the hospital can't achieve this goal alone. A common misconception is that the hospital is able to maintain their high level of care through medical billing alone. Unfortunately, this is not true. The hospital is a not-for-profit community organization, and like all of the other community organizations that make Hinsdale and the surrounding villages and cities so unique, the hospital requires the financial support of the community to achieve its goals. The hospital is at a crossroads. Healthcare is in a crisis situation, but growth and expansion are necessary to provide the level of care that the hospital's patients expect. Without community support, it will be challenging for hospital growth to occur.
Without the support of the community, it's extremely difficult for a hospital to come up with the finances needed to acquire new technology.
And it is crucial that you stay up with the technology so you can offer state-of-the-art medical care.
Hospitals need to be supported, particularly hospitals that are not for profit.
It's such a wonderful asset. Why would you not want to support that? I've used the emergency room twice. And both times I think they saved my life. So having it close by is extremely important to me.
I was having some chest discomfort. I learned about the Rooney Heart Institute at Hinsdale and the fact that it was world class. I chose to come here for a test, actually an angiogram, and then they found 2 small arteries that were partially blocked and made the decision to do angioplasty. Things worked out great and I felt great, and off I went back to the golf course at that point in time.
We had a crash delivery with Max. His heart rate was dropping. It was a far less stressful situation for me knowing what we were going into. I knew the caliber of doctors and the nurses, and everything that could be done would be done for my son.
Well, it's our plan to have all of our rooms, 100% of our rooms, be private by the end of 2011. It is a very ambitious goal, but I think it's what our community here deserves.
But I have 5 kids that were born here at the hospital. Every one of them was born upstairs on the 4th floor. You know, our family's known over there for having all these babies.
Our future project is projected to cost well over $100 million. Financially speaking, we're still short of the support we need to make these plans a reality. You know, we're so fortunate to live in a community like Hinsdale. We have so many wonderful community assets, whether it's our library, our schools, our community house. We're fortunate to live here. And I think it's time that everybody draw together to invest in Hinsdale Hospital to make sure that the hospital reflects the excellence that we expect of every other aspect of our lives.
We now need to redesign and rebuild to allow us to continue growing with technology, which we're committed to.
Adventist is a great group, and they are standing by the hospital as far as making those improvements and making it a great hospital, but it takes the community too. It takes the village, as it's said.
All of our children, all 3 of them were graduates, are graduates of the Hinsdale NICU, and if it wasn't for them, they would not be here today.
Hinsdale Hospital is cool.
Having the best health care is so important. Don't let this major asset in our community fall behind, like so many other hospitals that are struggling in the current healthcare crisis. Let's help Adventist Hinsdale Hospital continue to provide world-class healthcare in your own backyard. Adventist Hinsdale Hospital is all of us. Let's work together to keep our hospital strong.
I am Hinsdale Hospital.
I am Hinsdale Hospital.
I am Hinsdale Hospital.
I am Hinsdale Hospital.
We are Hinsdale Hospital.
You are Hinsdale Hospital.
You are Hinsdale Hospital.
You are Hinsdale Hospital.